And go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode 141 of NasCard Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm your pal Val, and with me is the man, the myth, the legend, PSA, and White Castle Hall of Famer, Logan. How are you doing, Logan?
I'm feeling like an outlaw tonight.
You should. You should. We got a great show for everybody today. We are going to do the racing recap. We had a lot of races going on this past weekend. We're going to talk about Chip Ganassi Racing. They have, if you remember from the last couple of shows, or I guess it was a few weeks ago, they produced their own trading card set and they were giving away packs at some of the races. Well, they're actually selling some of the packs for a donation to American Legion. So we'll talk about that, give you the link and the whole lowdown for that. We're going to talk about the 1987 and 1988 World of Outlaws set. Yes, before 1988 Max, there was actually a World of Outlaws set, and it includes a pretty famous guy. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll finish the show with King's Court.
Who's the famous guy? Is it
Dave Blaney.
Tom Brady?
Dave Blaney. Well, first, we want to thank our sponsor, Panini America. Can't do it without them. So we love keep on producing those NASCAR trading cards. Also, welcome new subscriber, Chris Rube. Welcome to the show.
Yep.
And if you subscribe to the NasCard Radio YouTube channel, we'll give you a shout out as well. Speaking of shout outs, Kyle Katz, Skid Marks, Justin Williams, Cade Hesterman, Tim Mousey, Beans Ball Card Blog. Thanks for the YouTube comments, some great stuff. And then, of course, we read them, so please leave them.
Yep.
Also, we had a little sneaky giveaway last week for the yellow optic silver packs. I guess we call them maybe the Joey Logano packs. I don't know. We got to give a code name for them. So our winner was Cade Hesterman for the sneaky giveaway there with 5. But don't despair. We have another sneaky giveaway for 5 of those Joey Logano packs this show. So somewhere sprinkled in.
You never know.
That's right. Was it 2 words or whatever? Yeah.
I can sum it up in one word.
Yep.
You never know.
Okay. All right. Well, that's enough of that. We got a long way to go. Short time to get there. Okay. Let's. Anything else? Other housekeeping? Okay. I don't think so.
No.
Let's go to the notes. Truck race. They were not racing. They were off. And still think they're off. Next race is for them is going to be race number 8. And that is going to be the Heart of America 200 at Kansas Speedway. And that's going to be Saturday, May 6th.
It's coming up. And guess who's going to be in that race?
Oh, yeah.
Tony Breidinger is going to be in it. And I made that bold prediction. She's going to finish better than I almost said Danica. better than Haley Deegan.
That would send some shockwaves out there.
I think she's also driving for Haley's old team, if I remember
I think you're right.
correctly.
I do remember that when I saw those names come across, who she's racing for. Yeah, she left that team to go to the new team. So, yeah, all right. So we heard it here first.
Yep.
Moving over to the Xfinity race, there was a series. That was race number 10, and that was the A-Game 200. That was Saturday, April 29th at Dover Motor Speedway. Ryan Truex was our winner. Highest finished rookie was Sammy Smith.
Yeah, in the 19 car for Joe Gibbs. It just goes to show you if you can you can be the greatest driver in the world, but if you don't have a quality ride, it's hard to win. I mean, there's some drivers in NASCAR history that have taken not so good cars and muscled them to victory, like Cale Yarborough, people like that. But it just goes to show you that once you get a good ride, you can win. And he pretty much dominated.
Yeah, I think it's that combination. You need good equipment, good driver, right? So
ding ding ding,
and you have to make those right decisions on the track at the time. And could be second guessing yourself. Anyway, he chose all the right places he needed to be and won that race. So we have not talked about Ryan Truex. His rookie cards all the way back in 2010 Wheels Element.
Wow. Has it been that long?
Yes, card number 100, and there's a few parallels there. There's a green. Can't remember if that was from retail or no. The red is from Target. The blue, I don't even know. The blue must be from Hobby, and green might be from Hobby as well. And then there are two undiscovered element autographs numbered to 125, and then also an inscription of red numbered to 25. It's kind of the same within the element series that Press Pass produced 2009, 10, and 11, where you have the undiscovered element autograph in regular ink, and then the short print or whatever, the red ink. So
Yeah, it makes me want to get my Sharpie out and draw on one of those cards and give him some really long hair. I liked his hair.
did you? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
2010. So Trevor Bain and Daniker in that set. So that tells you how long he's been racing.
Chase Elliott.
2011 for Chase.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's 2010. My bad.
No problem. And then our highest finished rookie, Sammy Smith, who we've talked about before. Give me 1 second here. So many slides today. 2022 Dunruss with all the parallels there. Rated rookie, signature series on the left hand side, top Chronicles, Clearer Vision, Clearly Dunruss, Obsidian, the autographs in the middle there, Spectra, Stars and Stripes, XR. We moved to 2022 Panini Prism, base card there, card number 4 with all the parallels. Also, sensational signatures. Also, regular signatures, silver, gold, gold vinyl, white sparkle. And then also in National Treasures with rookie stars and rookie patch autographs. Card number 106. And then Logan was asking about the person behind Sammy Smith. So I did have a little bit of time.
What's the deal with that guy?
This guy?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy. So I don't know. It looks like is it something die? I have to go back and
Is that
look.
Daniel Dye, maybe?
Maybe. I think I gotta go back and photo match the rest of those rated
There's companies that do that.
rookies.
They can photo match for us.
Yeah. Well, I saw the card the other day and I saw he had one. I was like, I know Logan's gonna ask about that guy. That guy. So we got that guy. So we gotta figure out who that guy is. But all right, let's move on. Next race. Race number 11, the Shiners Children's 200 at Darlington Raceway, Saturday, May 13th. So they're off this week. They'll be racing next week. Moving over to Cup race. That was race number 11. That was the Worth 400 Sunday, April 30th at Dover Motor Speedway. Another Truex wins. Martin Truex Jr. wins. It was a Truex weekend.
Monday. That was on Monday.
That's true.
Yeah.
The rain came down. Okay.
It's like every year they have rain.
I'm telling you. And the highest finished rookie was Ty Gibbs.
Yep.
Again.
And he was doing good there for a while, and then I forget what happened to him. Did he go into fuel saving mode or something? Or I think that's
I think so.
But he was running top 5. I mean, most of the day.
Maybe he ran out of gas or had to come in or something.
No, I don't think he ran out of gas.
I don't know.
I think he was in fuel saving mode, and he just let out of the gas early. He ended up getting lapped, I think, right there at the end.
Since that
But
was a
he was
Monday
doing
race, I
good
had to
all day
work.
long. He really
Yeah.
was.
And Martin Truex Jr. Got a lot of his cards. Pulling some of these slides here. Also named one of NASCAR 75 greatest drivers.
Yep.
Press pass signings. He's also in the 2004 press pass Dale Earnhardt Jr. set. He's got a few cards in there. Looks like about 5 cards with Dale Earnhardt Jr. naturally. And the parallels for that, he's in Optima, Stealth, Trackside with the variation. This one here. With and without the lanyard. And does it show? No ID around the neck, looks like, is the variation.
Yes.
And then also, that is trackside. Okay, and then high gear autograph. And so here is the press pass, stealth, and the Optima.
Yeah, he's got a lot of rookie cards in that same year as Kyle Busch. So
Yeah, so I don't know if it's Optima. You have Kyle Busch and Martin Truex. It's a pretty good year. Some of them they're in both of them. Some of them they are not in both. I think Wheels is just Kyle Busch, but Optima I think they're both in. So
yes.
yes, okay. Moving on. Highest finished rookie Ty Gibbs. Oh, I'm sure everybody knows them all in their sleep. What
TFG.
year? 2020 Chronicles. All a bunch of different ones. Crusade, Phoenix, Score Autograph, Spectra, and Scripted Signatures in Prism.
Yeah, you should record record
I
a
know, yeah.
segment just for this, and you can just hit play. And
Insert.
then you take a break and go to the bathroom.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Race number 12. That's the Advent Health 400 at Kansas Speedway, Sunday, May 7th at 3 p.m. Stage laps are end of lap 80, 165, and 267. Moving over to Formula One, 2023 Azerbaijan. I can't do it because I'm Baku City Circuit Grand Prix. Okay. That was race number 4, and that was Sunday, April 30th. And Sergio Pérez was our winner. Yep.
Yeah, that was a snoozer, by the way. You put me to sleep just now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm closing some windows here. Sergio Perez. Man, those two of those Red Bulls are really, really tough.
They're in a class by themselves, literally. I mean, they really
They
are.
are. And we've talked about him a few times. I have a feeling we're going to be talking about him a lot more. 2016 Tops Trumps Formula One Grand Prix Heroes. That's the one on the left. In 2020, he has about 152 cards. In 2020, we have the Tops now. There's three versions. He has 2020 Tops. I'm wrong. Chrome. Only 3 cards in Chrome. And so there's going to be parallels of those 3 in all the different inserts, parallels. He's also in the 1954 World of Wheels. He has a card there. And he also has a track tag. Those are the inserts in 2020 Topps Chrome. And then also in Sapphire Edition, again, those 3 cards, card 13, 33, and 186. And then there's going to be parallels for all of those. He's in the 2020 Topps Dynasty Formula One, so he has autographed patch cards there with all the different versions. Also in the 2020 Topps stickers, 11 stickers there. Turbo Attacks, he has 8 cards in Turbo Attacks. And then I was right. There are 3 2020 Topps Now cards.
Yes.
Card 10, 14, and 17. Card 10 has a print run of 839. Card 14 has a print run of 1,262. And then 17, 1,424. So he seems like he's not going to be slowing down anytime soon. Points wise for the standing, he's only 6 points behind Max. And Fernando Alonso is 33 points behind Max. And Lewis Hamilton's 45 behind Max. So it's going to be interesting to see those two, Max and Sergio Perez, how they finish this season. So
yeah, I noticed after the race they were all smiles and laughing, happy, but deep down inside, Max is like, he's like Fred Flintstone. We're gonna smack
I just think that's kind of his personality. He just wants to win. I mean, we've seen it in NASCAR too. Some of these guys, Ross Chastain, Earnhardt Sr., whatever they can to be number one. So
Yeah, I mean, I hate to lose. I'm not any different than anybody else. Being a winner is cool.
yeah. Next race number 5. That's in Miami Grand Prix, Sunday, May 7th at 3:30 p.m. at the Miami International Autodrome.
That's going to be a good race. I wonder if Topps is going to be there giving out cards.
I was thinking the same thing.
Probably send
I hope
everybody
so.
to a tizzy. Oh my God, I got to get this card.
Well, don't forget, right? They did it last year, and then I think it was Vegas, right? They had the other one.
Yeah.
Which I think
the
the Vegas,
drivers and then the cars.
yeah, I think the Vegas ones are the ones I like those better than the
Yeah.
Miami
They had
ones.
they had the
Next to the
drivers in
drivers.
those. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Falling behind here. Let's move over to IndyCar. That was the 2023 Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama, and that was Sunday, April 30th at the Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama. And Scott McLaughlin was our winner. And here we go. His rookie cards or first cards of the 2013 V8 Supercars from Australia. There's 2 cards in that set there. Card number 18 and 46. And then there's some green light cards from 20, 21, 22, 23, but that 2013, I think it was from Australia. I actually ended up picking those up, and I guess it was, I don't know if it was a few years ago, but out of Australia.
I like the little Batman logo on the rear wing of the car.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yep. So, hey, I mean, I know it's the V8, but if there's, we don't have a lot of manufacturers. I wish we had more manufacturers. Yes and no, right? I don't know
Be
about,
careful what you wish for.
yeah, I don't know about 30 releases a year, but it'd be nice to have 1 or 2 for IndyCar and stuff. So that's for you, Ken. Anyway,
Yeah, NHRA, that'd be nice. I'd like to see that too.
and series standings, Marcus Ericsson is in first. Patrick Award is in second, -3. Alex Palou is -9, and Scott McLaughlin -11 and 4. So it is still close for everybody. So nobody's
Yep.
running away for it. So
Long way to go.
yep. Next race number 5, is going to be the GMR Grand Prix May 13th at the Indianapolis Grand Prix Circuit. Got an itch.
Bless you.
Yeah. I think my mustache here is bothering me. Okay. That's all I have so far. So let's move over to next segment. Oh, any news?
Yep, got a little bit of news, and I'm sure a lot of people have already heard this. But this is from Toyota's website. It says Toyota is pleased to announce a partnership with Legacy Motor Club, beginning with the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season. With Legacy Motor Club's 2 entries, Toyota will field a full-time Toyota Camry field of 8 cars. So that's going to be good. So I'm looking for that to be a vast improvement for those guys over what they're doing now, because I was listening to Sirius NasCar Radio earlier today, and they were talking about this very subject. And they were talking about that Legacy Motor Club is not a top tier team with Chevrolet, so they have an alliance with Richard Childress Racing, which they have to pay for. So they're not, like I said, they're not a top tier team. They don't get all the information that they need to really dial those cars in and set them up, optimally for races. So they're at a disadvantage with Chevrolet, but with Toyota, they said they're gonna be on par with the 2311 team. So that's going to be a vast improvement for them. I'm looking for them to do much better. Your boy Noah Gregson should be very happy about this because he'll do a lot better. I think Eric Jones will do better as well. It's gonna be weird seeing Jimmy Johnson possibly drive a Toyota. He's always been a Chevy guy. But anyway, that's that part of the news. Now there's some more news, of course, that we've also heard. And this is I got this from Jayski. Sports Business Journal's Adam Stern reports that Josh Berry is currently finalizing a management deal with KHI Management. I had no idea Kevin Harvick had a management business where he was managing talent. Good for him. But anyway, it goes on to say that KHI is Kevin Harvick's sports and marketing agency. KHI's clients include Harrison Burton, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Ryan Preece. Word of Berry's signing with KHI comes on the heels of numerous rumors that Berry is favored to replace Harvick in the Stewart-Haas Racing number 4 next season when Harvick retires. An announcement could come later this month. So that's cool. We love Josh Berry. I wish he was a friend of the show, but we'll just say he's a friend of the show. But we love Josh Berry. Did you see that picture of, they were doing like a the spotlight for the Batman, the bat signal, and it showed Josh Berry instead of
I
the
think
Batman
so,
logo.
yeah. I
So
think
he's
so.
like the go-to man when something happens, called Josh Berry. So yeah, so that's my news. That's really, I'm really happy to hear that, and I'm glad to see he's going with KHI and not the Empire. But anyway,
I need to send some berries through the mail, man.
yeah, why you can.
Yeah, we've been watching him last a few years, so I'm super excited to see him, you know, get a ride with one of the top tier teams. So
Absolutely,
he's
I
definitely earned it.
expect him to win, and I think he will.
Yeah, me going, filling in for Harvard, it makes perfect sense. I mean, who
Absolutely.
else? Who else would you have that you'd want to go in for Harvick? So
No, I can't think of anybody. I mean, there's some good talent in the Xfinity series, but
yeah, but are they ready to move up?
no, Josh Berry's ready to move up.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
there's talent coming, but I don't know if they'd be ready by the end of the year, kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
Austin Hill would be another one I would think of that would be probably
Yeah, but
ready to
would
come up next year.
I was like, would he go from Chevy to Ford? But I figure he's gonna stay in the Childress camp. But anyway,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
that's good. So
Yeah.
okay, so let me share some slides here on the Chip Ganassi. If you remember, he he being Chip Ganassi. Chip Ganassi Racing, they produce their own card set. They were given away at some of the IndyCar tracks. And they also, I think, I don't know if they sold them or were given away at the tracks with donation to American Legion. Well, do I have another? So on the website, to get to the cards, if you notice on the right hand side, this little 3-line symbol, if you click on that, it expands, and then you want to do the hashtag CGRcards.
CGRcards, yeah.
And then there's a shop now. So during the month of May, make a donation to the American Legion, and the team will ship you official 2023 Chip Ganassi Racing trading cards. All proceeds will benefit American Legion charities in the fight to end veteran suicide. So fantastic organization. And you can't tell because it opened up a new window. So let me go to the new window.
Dang pop-ups.
Dang pop-ups.
That's
not it. That's it. Okay. And so what you get is this screen here. So you'll notice that there are $10 a pack, and there's different number of packs. There's the 1 pack, 5 packs. There were 10 packs and 20 packs, and this is another 5 pack, it looks like, but they've been all sold out. They sold out pretty quick. Here we are recording the 3rd, so I guess it was the 1st.
Damn you, George C.
Yeah.
And Jeff H.
And then we got a Steve H down here. Anyway, I just want to let everybody know, maybe they're all sold out by the time this goes live Friday, but I want you to let you know about it, and they'll possibly maybe restock this or just check back in June. I don't know how many they have or how long this is going to be going on, but again, wanted to bring it to everybody's attention because again, this is where trading cards and racing meet. So this is a really cool set that they produced. I think there's autos randomly in there, so I don't know. I was able to get a few packs. Logan was getting a few packs, so we'll open those and check those out in person. But wanted to let everybody know, so won't spend a lot of time on it. But
yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I got ordered 5 packs, so it's all it let me do. It wouldn't let me do a quantity. So the order was just for 5 packs. I assume maybe I could go in and do it again, but I'm good with 5 packs. I'm not going to be greedy. Give somebody else a chance.
yeah, you can always order some more if you need it, if they have them, if you want them.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Time checking time. Okay. Next segment. This might be a good time for a sneaky giveaway.
Oh no, you can be sneaky all you want.
Yeah. All right. So where is that slide?
And while Val's looking for a slide,
I found it. Get it.
I was going to show you something cool, but that's okay. I'll show you something cool later.
All right. So for another giveaway of 5 Joey Logano 2022 Optic Silver packs, if you will use the hashtag this time SlabFire on Twitter and tag NasCardRadio and Panini America. You can tag Logan as well if you want.
Yeah, tag me if you like.
Yep. So hashtag SlabFire, one word.
Yep, SlabFire. Let's see if it pop up.
That goes perfect with that. I think that's gonna be our hashtag for the national. So
I've already got stickers made up for SlabFire.
All right, awesome.
We're good,
okay.
Good for the national.
All right, yeah. So that, if you'll do that, and then we'll pick a winner. So again, we have a winner for this week, which is Cade. So Cade, reach out to me, or I'll try to reach out to you, and get that shipped to you. So, all right, next segment. the 1987-1988 World of Outlaws. Let me pull up this slide here. Where is... I thought I had a slide for magazine covers.
While Val is looking for the slide, check out this cool David Pearson 1 of 1 from 2022 National Treasures.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got this bad boy today in the mail, so pretty cool. If anybody gets any more 1 of 1 cut autos from Legends in 2022 National Treasures, let us know.
Okay. So pre-Beckett, there was, and we haven't talked about this probably in quite a while, but there's Racing Collectibles. It actually started, I think it was December of '89. So no Beckett, none of that. In the early days of NASCAR. Well, this is Volume 1, Number 8. This came out in, August of 1990. So what we're looking at here is pretty dated, but it's great information. I don't think much has changed since then when it comes to this. Now, we've talked about this before on one of the early episodes. Let me see if I'm looking at my list.
Yeah, keep in mind this is 1990 when everybody was going crazy over NASCAR cards, like people are going crazy over F1 cards now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just keep that in mind.
So I think it was me and Jason talked about episode 40. So we're on 141. So it was 100 episodes ago. So it's kind of breathed a little new life back into this topic. And like I said, you can go back to that other episode, maybe a little more in depth. But long story short, James Taylor was the son of John Taylor, who was a successful midget racer out in San Francisco Bay Area, Northern California races. So he grew up around the sport, and he was more into reproducing famous masters' paintings, doing fine art prints. He noticed that we had the baseball card boom and stuff in the 80s. He noticed there was nothing for racing. He approached World of Outlaws in late 86, got them to um, give him the go ahead to create a World of Outlaws collector's card series. And so the highlights for these for 87, so they include the statistics and stuff, so he couldn't get to work until the end of the 87 series. There was one print run. They produced 10,000 sheets. Of those, 9,700 were cut up and created boxed sets. So this is the 87 here with Jeff Gordon. So he was pretty much the big draw. You can see how young he is there. Dave Blaney to your left there, Ryan Blaney's dad. I think Dave Blaney was a second generation driver, so because I think Ryan is third.
Yep.
And you can see the uncut sheet there to the left. So there was 300 sheets left uncut. 9,700 sets were produced into like a little deck of cards kind of box. They were sold for $12.95. Uncut sheets were $15 and $4.50 for shipping. I think the sheets were 20 by 25 inches. So you can see the binder there to the right. I think they were $15, $16 for the binders.
Yeah, the binders were highly collectible back then. Everybody wanted the binder, and binders were worth some money.
Yeah, so 97 you have this. 88 Max created a binder, so those binders are tough to find. 88, 89. The Masters of Racing, Pioneers of Racing, those, to your point, the those manufacturers in those early days would make binders for their sets.
Yep.
That's something we don't see anymore. They do a generic one, and let's see what other kind of highlight notes from 87. Also, then they also produced a set in 1988, which I think 88 is more intriguing to me because we have also Jeff Gordon again, a little older, and Dave Blaney, and they're also uncut sheets with those. You'll notice on the uncut sheet up to the top left, there's a 2 card of Steve
I think it's Steve Kinzer.
Kinzer. Yep, I think he gave those out. Um, Not Steve, but the guy who made the sets at some of the tracks as kind of a preview for it. So they also produced 10,000 sheets for 1988, but this time they kept 1,000 uncut sheets, so there's only 9,000 box sets.
And in the grand scheme of things, that's not very many.
No, not a bit. They were sold again for $12.95. Uncut sheets posters were $15, and the album, again, they produced an album in 88, and that was $16. Now, what I think that's really cool for the 88 is, and I'll have to read it here, and actually, so the August of 1990 when this was coming out, and they were doing research for this came out from the research. So there's 2 different colored backs for these. I think the black backs are pretty scarce. So I'll read what is in the article. So they mentioned, we mentioned earlier, no error cards were thought to be have been produced in either 87 or 88 World of Outlaws collector card sets. But in the research for this column, Mr. Taylor came across a fact totally unknown to him. Another exclusive. The 1988 sets have red borders on the front and stats in red ink on the back. The card fronts were printed first, after the fronts had dried and the backs were printed red. Well, apparently the printer had run short of red ink very late in the printing of the 88 series sheets, and thinking either it wouldn't matter or nobody wouldn't notice or care, the printer substituted black ink at the very tail end of the run. How many cards have a black back question mark? Were any black backs cut and put in boxes? A few black backed uncut sheets have been found. That's all that's known. You've heard it first right here. Now I can confirm that black backs were cut up and put in boxes. I was telling Logan previously, the first 1988 sets I bought were black backed, and so I didn't know about the red backs. It was only till doing the prep for the R number 40 show that I realized that no, they should have been red. So, and the blackbacks are tough to find because again, they were at the tail end of the print run. So they're a little tougher to find, but they are out there and you might be able to stumble on them at some shows or on eBay that you can pick up some of these variations. So it's the whole set. It's not just Jeff Gordon, but everybody in the set can be found with red or black back.
So we don't know how many of these blackbacks were printed. It could be 1,000, could be 2,000, could be more. We don't know, but it's going to be a lot less than the redbacks.
Correct, because they said it was late in the print run, and the guy who commissioned them or ordered them, he would have got them all boxed up and cased up, and he wouldn't be looking through them all, right?
No, you're not going to unbox those just to look at them. So that's how he didn't know.
Yeah. So he didn't know until he came across this. And uncut sheets, I don't know if they're all black backed or how that came across, but I think it's definitely at the tail end of the run, and I think there's definitely less of the black. So again, we don't know for sure, but if you're out there looking and you stumble across them, also notoriously they're off cut top to bottom as well.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So if you
And
find one centered any color back, pick it up.
pick it up and send it in and get it graded.
I found one on eBay. This was years and years ago, and it was centered, looked good. I sent it in and came back a 9. I was very happy with it. It was red back.
Yeah, it looks like Jeffy Poo had he kind of had almost a unibrow going there as well with his little mustache and his mullet.
That's before Brooke, I guess, or
Yeah, it's before Brooke got a hold of him and cleaned him up.
his image people.
Yep.
Let's see. What else do I want to tell you about? The printer. Where is the printer? It was printed in California, in Emeryville, California. I think it was Michael Roberts Printing. And of course, I said Michael Printing. He's retired. So in 19 August of 1990, he retired.
So
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say also, of course, PSA does grade these. The 1987 Jeff Gordon rookie card, there are 139 PSA 10s in population right now, and 238 nines. So that tells you that getting a 10 is a little tougher than you might think, even though they are white bordered and everything.
Well, they come in that set. They usually are pretty good shape. 8 9s or 10s. I think.
Oh yeah,
They don't.
because eights there's 189 eights, and then it drops off significantly after that. There's only 31 sevens, and so you're gonna get at least an 8 probably if it's not no corners are dinged up or anything. But like I said, getting a 10 is a little tougher than you might think.
Right, but the centering is not notorious like the 88s.
Right. I'm looking at your. Is that your card, Val? That you got a picture of the PSA?
I don't think so. I don't think I have a I have a Beckett 9.5. I don't think I have a 10.
Yeah, I've got one, and that cert number is 3 off from the one I've got. Mine ends in 8.4, and that one ends in 8.7.
Okay, so maybe
Strange.
wherever you
So
got
somebody
yours
must have
from.
sent in a bunch of them at the same time and sold them.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you before the show, back 10 years ago, whenever it was that I bought them, it was like $25 for the 87 and the 88.
Oh yeah, they were cheap.
Yep.
I remember back in the day, back around that same time frame, going to some sprint car races and dirt races out of the Memphis Motorsports Park, and at the concession stand, they were selling those cards. They had them there, and I bought some. I mean, and at the time, I think they were like they were more than I thought. I think they were like $20, something like that. Is what they were selling for in the concession stand. And so I was still kind of poor and newly married at the time, so I didn't have a lot of money. So buying a set here and there was the best I could do.
The only thing I was going to throw out is when I talked to Dane Turner um, years ago, he mentioned the fact that he was one of the first ones to put Jeff Gordon on the cover of a magazine. And so I was actually digging it up with Logan. So this is August of 1990. Gordon wouldn't run his first race, Xfinity race, until Rockingham. I think it was like the last race of the season in October. So he wasn't even in, any of the Bill Davis stuff. But
No, he
word was
didn't do
getting
very
out.
good in that race either.
Yeah, he did not. He finished second to last. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was like 33 laps in. He made it that far. But the word was getting out in the hobby, at least through Dane Turner, who had his ear to the pulse of the collectors and the sport, and then knew he was going to be um, something big. So he called it,
He did call it. You
and
see
it's
that
great.
I was going to say, you see that 88 World of Outlaws checklist. You see the card they've got there, Sammy Swindell. I think I've mentioned this before, but he's from Bartlett, Tennessee. And back in during that time, I lived in Bartlett, and his shop was literally a stone's throw away from my house. And I was able to get all kinds of odds and end memorabilia from Sammy Swindell over the years, digging through his trash.
Yeah, I'm thinking that is the. Yeah, I'll say the picture of Jeff Gordon holding the book, the binder, and the cards in his hands are the
That's
87s.
87. Yep, it is.
Yeah, so they even had him kind of promo in the set then. So anyway, so that's the 1987 and 1988 World of Outlaws. He is not in the 1989 set,
No,
and I think Dave Blaney is in the 1990, but I think he's after that. They produced the World Outlaws for a few more years after that. I think it was early 90s, maybe 89, 90, but I didn't get any of those. I was
yeah.
looking for Jeff
Here's what the
Gordon's.
boxes look like.
Yes, yes.
And there you see how flat they are. It's kind of like what you said. It's kind of like a box of playing cards times two.
The
So
stock is very, very thin.
yeah, very thin. And it has a tendency to curve up and bow up a little bit, kind of like your old Kellogg's 3D cards used to do.
Yeah, you can see like the centering. It's top to bottom, big time, but it's a black back, so
Yep, sweet card. And here's mine real quick. If anybody's interested in seeing it, there's my '87 Jeffy Pooh PSA 10. That's a sweet card. I bought that a long time ago, and I think now they're going for some pretty big money.
I think they've come down some, but still they're $200 or something. So
Yeah, and as you can see, if you can see the cert number, you can see mine's that ends in 84, where that other one ended in 87. You had up on the screen.
very
So,
cool.
so yeah, it's one of my favorite cards. Do you think it's a? Do you think it's really not a NASCAR card? Do you think it's a racing glamour card by any stretch of the imagination? Maybe.
I like it because he's like 16, 15 years old. He got that what's the
Yeah,
excuse of a mustache, and again, I talked about it before, and I think that's why everybody likes these rookie cards. You look at him and not knowing what he's going to become, right? The potential, and to be able to pull it all off, and everything had to align just right for him. And he was what, four-time champion, five-time champion.
four-time champion.
Yep. Now he's part owner of Hendrick Motorsports. If he would have told that to that kid right there at that time, he would have said, "You're crazy."
You're out of your mind. Yep. He had no
That's
idea what was in front of him at that time.
that's why I think I really like the rookie cards.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's definitely a desirable card. We've seen it on the market, pre-hype, pre-pandemic. Naturally, accelerated quickly in the pandemic, but I think it's one of those things where a lot of folks don't even know they exist. Well, people don't even know NASCAR cards exist, but then let alone that, hey, Jeff Gordon had a World Outlaws card back when he was like 16 years old.
Very true.
In the scheme of things, I mean, what if you had, I don't know, what minor, I guess like a minor league card for Tim Trout or something that got discovered, what it'd be worth?
Yep, who
So,
knows? But yeah, it's a cool card.
yep.
Like I said, I love those sets. Like I said, I was able to pick one up um, at the motorsports park, even here locally. So, and when I saw them, I can still remember seeing in the back because it was like a bit the souvenir stand was just like a big wooden shack. It wasn't anything special. And I saw them off to the side. I said, "What are those?" And they showed them to me. I said, "I'll take one." I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before. There was hardly any products for cards for racing. And back then, and when it got hot and it got publicity, it just like F1, we've seen this before. It just went crazy. If we went through looked at the price guide in the summer of 90, the 89, the 88 Max was $400 because of the first edition factory set, but where's I think it was like $32, $38 for the toolbox set.
Yeah, I remember the Myrtle Beach from '88 Max. I remember people selling sealed factory sets at that time for like $800-900. So you can take that money and convert it into today's money and see how much that is. But it wasn't as crazy on prices as F1 is, but it still was the Wild West just like it is now with F1.
Yeah, the cover card, 100 cover card Myrtle Beach was 75. The Talladega Streets was 45.
Yeah, those cars were very desirable and uh,
And, and Phil
very rare.
Parsons without Marcia was 45.
Hmm.
And then the Earnhardt 87, which was kind of considered his rookie before the 88 promos got released, was $20 for the number 87, which was kind of a short print.
Yeah, and they were short print because you'd open up packs and you got those were hard to find, and I can attest to that because I was definitely around in that time frame.
Yeah, we saw some of the internal documentation from um, McCullough that it was a kind of a short print special card. So, but anyway, that just wanted to kind of bring the 87 and 88 World of Outlaws kind of back up to the top since it's been about 100 episodes since we talked about it. So
Yep, couple years. I think that was like right before I joined the show.
it might have been.
Yeah.
I didn't go back and timestamp it when it was, but it was a while. So, and that was pre-video, so we got to at least show for the folks on YouTube. Please like, subscribe to the channel. That we get some visuals here, so take advantage of that medium. Anyway, that's I think all I got.
You think so? So you think it's maybe time for some music then?
I think so.
All right, let's go for it. King's Court. I added an honorable mention just because I thought this was a cool card. This was on the 26th of April. It's a 2022 Topps Dynasty F1 Triple Relic Gold 1 of 1 Carlos Sainz Ferrari PSA 9. The reason I like this card so much is for the symmetry of the patches. Patches? We don't need no stinking patches. But I really like the symmetry of those patches because that's part of the shell logo. And they cut it in half and it's pretty much well centered in there. Plus, you've got the little circle swatch in there, which I thought was neat. I just wanted to give a shout out to this card. I thought it was cool. It actually went out for bidding, and it ended up at $1,350 with 37 bids. So
That is
pretty cool.
impressive. Yeah, that patch is. I love that patch. The way that shell on the bookends, it's not. They did a great job. This kind of what when you do patches, this is what it should be.
That was what I was. You stole the words right out of my
Oh,
mouth.
sorry.
This
Go
is the
ahead.
way it
Well,
should be.
all right, everybody, rewind that. All right, scratch again.
Yep, this is the way patches should be. This is the way you should do them. Even his name is kind of symmetrical. So actually, I think what it is, it's a EKG from somebody's heart rate. But anyway, but
All
I just
right.
wanted to show this one as an honorable mention, just because of how nice and neat, and because I like symmetrical things, and I just thought it was, as I was perusing through eBay, I saw that and I thought, man, that's really cool. So all right, so next up, our Joker of the Week. This was on the 29th of April, and these are cards you don't hear about very often. These are 1992 Amada Formula One Fighting Spirit sealed packs, and you can get a Michael Schumacher rookie card, so they say. Um, they were asking $1,499 for this lot of cards with the 34 packs. They accepted a best offer of $650. So substantially lower from what they were asking, but still, you just, like I said, you just don't see these cards very often. They're from Japan, I believe. There's 42 cards in this set, and by the way, PSA does grade them.
Oh, okay, awesome. So it's
So
really, would you say it was 600 what?
$650.
Yeah, so there's 34 or so. That's less than $20 a pack.
Yeah, so, yeah. So when you, in the grand scheme of things, when you're looking at Topps Dynasty and stuff, that's not that bad.
Yeah, 45 for shipping out of China. So yeah,
Yeah, I thought they were pretty cool. Like I said, you just don't see these very often. And like I said, PSA's only graded a handful of them. It's not like they've graded a ton of them. So that should tell you, in this world we live in during this Formula One craze we're going through, that you would think that, hey, I got a bunch of these cards, I'm going to send them to PSA. Well, apparently there's not a lot of these cards, because you would think PSA would have a higher population than they do.
I
And
think somebody got I don't say a deal on these because the way I'm looking at it, not a lot of them have been graded. You have a 34 packs for less than a grand, less than $800 or whatever, and you're in for that. But you have a shot at these 34 packs and kind of blaze a new territory and becoming a an expert at this issue.
yeah, this is definitely a sleeper in my opinion. I think that whoever bought these, I think they got a great deal, because these things are apparently pretty rare. Because like I say, you just don't see them very often. And what's weird about that is, it looks to me like the packs are like on some kind of string, and you pull them off. I don't know how that worked. It's very strange. I'm not sure how the packs worked back then.
Yeah, yeah, correct. I mean, I'd be curious to see whoever gets them if they document and put it on YouTube. And to your point, it could be for retail, and you just hang it up and you just pull. You pull one off, and it doesn't damage the card or whatever. It's just punch hold or whatever it is. So we're talking about 1990s, early 90s, and I don't know what the retail value was for these. Probably not much,
I can't imagine they were very expensive back
but
in
it
the
looks
day.
like it's 3 plus 1. So there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 cards in there. So it'd be really cool. Again, you're in for $700 or whatever, and it's a really cool experience to do all that. So
Yeah, and
and for
if they're
something really
collated
scarce.
decently, yeah, if they're collated decently, you should probably get a set. So
Yep, pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So yeah,
I
I just
love
thought that
stuff
was
like
odd.
that. Yeah.
Okay, next up, the Jack of the Week, our young driver. This is on the 27th of April. Topps Dynasty F1 2022 George Russell patch auto red, 1 of 5. And it's like the quadruple S print, SSSSP. And this card actually went out for bidding. And it ended up at $1,335 with 49 bids. And as you can see, that's part of the Tommy Hilfiger logo right there.
Yep.
So pretty cool.
Yeah, very nice.
It's nice. I mean, the patch is the blue color. I mean, with the red, aesthetically pleasing to me. I like that. Looks like his autograph is also not that bad. It's still some scribble, but I don't see a lot of, dry ink, dry marker ink on there. So I think it's overall that's a pretty nice card.
Yeah, I'd agree. That's nice. Price is pretty good too. $1,300 and 49 bids. Yeah,
Yeah, people wanting that bad boy. Okay,
coming out of
so
China too.
yeah, I saw that from China. There's a lot of stuff coming from China.
Yeah. All right. Next.
All right, next up, Queen of the Week. This was on May the 2nd, 2019. Haley Deegan, Panini Prime Racing Clear Vision Auto, 1/1. It only had 4 bids, but it went for $385 for a 1/1 of Haley Deegan.
Wow.
I will say that I paid less than that for my David Pearson, just to
Yeah,
put things in perspective.
But Pearson's only number 2 all time
Yeah, he only won
and
105
wins.
races.
Yeah.
And how many's Haley won?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Let's keep on going.
yeah, keep on trucking. But yeah, it's a pretty cool card. I thought I liked it, and like I said, that was the highest priced Queen of the Week card.
Panini Prime Racing.
Prime, it's prime, man. Prime
Okay.
time. All right, King of the Week. This was on the 30th of April.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is really cool. This is a 2020 National Treasures Jimmy Johnson patch fire suit auto booklet, 1/1. We had a lot of 1/1s tonight. They were asking $1,500 for this bad boy. They settled on a best offer of $1,200 for that card.
All right.
So that's a pretty good price for good old 7-time.
Yeah. At $1,200. Yeah.
And
It's
they,
nice with the 48. It's a little out of my price range, but again, 7-time.
yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. I was trying to figure out where that 48 comes from. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe on the back. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe on
Maybe.
the back of his fire suit. But still, it's they did a great job with that patch. It's centered in there nicely. Um, it's got the little trademark logo thing on there. So yeah, that's pretty nice. So I think whoever got that probably paid about what it's worth. So congrats to whoever got it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
All right, next up, our ace of the week, or 1/1. Which we hadn't had any 1/1s. This was on the 29th of April, 2020. Topps Chrome F1 Sapphire, Sebastian Vettel, and I swear I do not know how to pronounce this. Pad Paraja. I think I'm sure I'm butchering the crap out of that. But it's a 1/1 SSP. It went out for bidding. It went for $3,511 with 40 bids. And it's
Yeah,
a
I don't know
pretty
about.
card.
Yeah, I don't know about that though.
Yeah, for Sebastian Vettel for $3,500 for, and I know how you feel about car cards. That's not even him. I mean, he's in the car, but it's the car.
Yeah, they're buying the 101.
They are buying the 1/1. That's what they're buying.
Yeah, this. Yeah, I'm not even a player at this for half that price, but
No, me either.
this is
I don't.
not for me. So if this was Max or Lewis, maybe, but again, some of the stuff I don't understand. I've been doing this a long time, but things I don't understand. But hey, whoever bought it, more power to them. Maybe they're going for the rainbow. So you start with the 101 and you can work your way down
Yeah, yeah. Once you get the
or up,
1/1, it's
whatever
all
it is.
downhill from there.
Yep.
Yeah. So I wasn't a big fan of this card either. I mean, it looks nice with the red, the Ferrari red, and the ruby red color. I mean, it looks okay, but the thing about it is it kind of all melts together. It's like one big red blob. So like I said, I'm not a huge fan of this, but this was our highest priced 1/1 card this week.
You know, I would agree with that, with the red and the pinks and the dark reds and the other stuff. It kind of gets lost, the wheels and stuff.
It does.
And maybe it looks much better in person. I don't know, but yeah. Um, congrats to whoever sold it.
Yeah, yeah. Whoever sold that did well, I think. All right. Coming up last, but really first, our Royal Flush of the Week. This was on the 2nd of May. 2020 Topps Chrome F1 George Russell. George Russell makes 2 appearances tonight. Gold Wave Auto out of 50. It's a PSA 8. He's got a little scribble action going on there. They were asking $7,850 for this
Wow.
card. And they settled for a much lower price. The best offer was $4,250, which is still not chump change. That's some real money, but it is a gold. People really like the gold wave refractors, and I do too. I think they're nice looking cards.
Yeah, that's out of 50 though.
Yeah, and it's only a PSA 8.
Yeah, well, I think we know the 2020 with some of their issues.
Yeah, they had a lot of QC issues for sure because they were manufacturing a lot of these cards overseas and not here. So, but it's not a bad card. I don't. Again, I don't know that this card is worth $4,250 for George Russell. That's just my opinion, but I just don't see it. But I think it may be a little overpriced.
I would agree with that.
But it's still a cool card. Like I said, I like any gold cards to me are really nice looking cards. I don't think I've ever seen a bad looking gold wave refractor card at all. But yeah, that's it for this week's King's Court.
All right. Thank you, Logan.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we have.
Donruss.
Oh, yes. Dunruss is still slated for, I guess, next week.
Oh, no,
And
it's not next week. It's 3 weeks from now. Or is it?
it's the 12th. So
Oh, it's the
10
12th.
days,
I don't know.
9
I thought
days.
the 23rd. So yeah, I guess it is next week. That's my
It's the
bad.
12th. Blowout, I think, has them for 72 right now. Steel City, I think, for 75 a box. So come down from, what were they last year? And 120.
Yeah, then they went way down
Yeah.
real quick.
So yeah, so a few weeks and we'll have Dunner. So that's still on track. Fingers crossed. And don't forget about the giveaway. And I promise this weekend I'll have the social out for the Danica Patrick. We'll want you to like like the video, or it's all the instructions are in the image that I created to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So and then of course we have the sneaky Joey Logano giveaway again, 5 pack. So and again, congratulations to Cade. I'll be reaching out to you this week to get you your 5 pack. So uh anything else, Logan? Wrap up here.
Hashtag skid marks. Ty freaking Gibbs. And hashtag slab fire.
Slab fire. Yep. And I guess that is it for us. Another week show in the can here. So, but again, we appreciate you watching the podcast. Yeah, listen to the podcast, watching the show on YouTube.
Watching the podcast and listening to us on YouTube.
Exactly. I was gonna say that, but and got some races going on this week, so looking forward to that. And we appreciate everybody. And I guess we'll see everybody next week then. All right, be safe. See you.